Greetings, everybody. This is your head archivist, Rob, and as usual, I found a new project. Well, I'm going to be trying to stain a new box for my paint sets, my watercolor specific. So, as I said, I got a new box project that I'm going to attempt to stain. What I'm using today is it's water-based. It works really good. I find the best technique for doing it is something akin to weathering, where I hit the material with the color and then wipe it to spread the color throughout. Now, seeing as I'm experimenting, I've got this very thin masking tape that I bought one time at the model shop that I haven't really come up with a project yet for, and I'm going to see if I can put a design onto the surface here. Now, I have already taken care of preparing the surface. That's what's the fun of an experiment. I'm already finding that I should have brought a X-Acto knife to this metaphorical gunfight. Okay. That one behaved a little better. But what I'm hoping is going to end up happening is we're going to have a nice, clear, clean surface where I put in this very fine line masking tape. That doesn't want to behave because I'm on camera, I'm sure. And it's, again, a first attempt. Let's follow the old adage, keep it simple, stupid. We're going to go more geometric. Okay. What I'm attempting to do is a Celtic knot, but it's going to be more of a square one than the nice flowing round design I would if I were doing this with pencil. Okay, I'm back and I've got my X-Acto knife. I shouldn't have to worry too much if I don't press very hard about messing up the wood. Yes, there we go. Okay. I know it's not much right now, but have faith. Okay. Let's just keep it on the simple side again. Okay. Now, because I don't want any of this space, I can take this off. And I have a nice piece of scrap to continue the design with. Okay, Murphy's Law. It's a little longer on one side than the other, but that's easy. As I get my little Bob Ross on. There's no mistakes until they're permanent. And I'm not digging into the wood. And if I did, I need to sand more than likely between coats. And again, we adjust. It's about even, so let's get the others. Again, this is much easier with the X-Acto knife. And there's really no reason for a hobbyist not to have a nice set. They have a really good cheap set at Harbor Freight where you get a bunch of knives for $10. You never learn by not trying. Okay. And I can see that I have messed up by not centering it. But what I'm going to do is make an area to write a label. Which I think I'm going to try. No, I think I'm going to keep with the design. I was contemplating putting it all the way across, but I don't want to use up this tape, even though this is the first time I'm using it for a project. I think that's really the big test between a professional artist and an amateur. Is the professional, one, admits they make mistakes, and two, has made mistakes enough times to learn how to fix them, so that when the client sees the product, it is perfect. I can tell I got a little too deep there. Let's fix the outer edge before we move on to the staining process. Now, well, being an interesting visual component, this newspaper is also going to protect my nice wood table from the stain. It being water-based, it's going to clean up a lot easier should you make a mistake and get it on the surface. That's definitely a bonus. But this works a lot like a watercolor, and I have lots of luck with watercolors. That's what's actually going to go into this, and hopefully I can keep it looking organized so I can put my paint brushes as well as the paints in here, so that maybe if I want to come to school or go to the park and paint a nice woodland scene, I can do that. Go back and make sure everything is nice and smooth on there. Now I know some more professionals are probably losing their minds because I'm not taking the hardware off, but because of the type of stuff I'm using, I'm planning that it's going to wipe off rather easily. But, it looks like a nice big paint when you get it out, but again, this is a stain, so this looks good. And don't worry about the lines. They will come out. Okay, and as we get more, okay. Now I can already tell it's a nice cherry color. Now if I want another couple more coats, I can get a nice darker mahogany, but I like the cherry finish. Now I'm going to let's make sure we get it in all the corners so there's no missing spots other than what we want to be missing. Okay, Now this is where I might want to take the hardware off, but again, this is just to be a quick little video. It's probably way too much, but because we need every surface done, we can just kind of transfer it on down. This, like I said, it's water-based, so all I'm going to have to do afterwards to clean up is take my happy little hands over to the sink and rinse them. Okay, I'm going to use a new paper towel and finish up in here. As you can see, it's gotten a little old, so it's not behaving as I'm accustomed to. But like I said earlier, figuring out how to work with your mistakes is how we get better. Okay, get in there. Oh, get the latch up. Oops. I missed the other one. Doesn't matter because I'm going to do the inside too. If I were going to do a jewelry box, I might do a nice felt interior, but because this is going to be a paint box, actually I think I might not do the interior, because paint box, who knows what colors it's going to end up over the years. You can see that it is showing the grain pretty well, which I may end up having to sand between coats, but I don't think I'm going to have to leave the tape on, so these are going to get to see that today, or the whole process to at least that point today. I'm wanting a little more surface between me and the paint, so just kind of work it into the corners. Okay. Tell me you want this side done now. Okay, let's close it so we're not fighting the latches. Once the stain is done, I'm probably going to go in and clean up the hardware with a little acetone. Or your preferred brush cleaner. I like this. This is looking good. Let's get this back. Should this be your very first project, I'd probably start with the interior, especially if you're thinking of coating the interior with a fabric or something, just to sort of test the wood. I've used this for other projects, so I knew kind of how the color was going to behave, rather than this being a complete test project. But the wood's taken the stain very nice. Probably because it's been sitting on a shelf and is dry as a bone, as they say. Okay. Every nook and cranny has got a nice coating. And come on. Here we go. Under these, since they're going to be visible surfaces. I think I will end up at least doing the edges. Let's see what we get. And then you see I just grabbed another one because it had enough paint, but it was going all over me, which was the problem. Okay. Yeah. And there we have it. It's recenter. Okay. It's looking very nice. Yeah. There we go. Oh, yes. And the reason I'm deciding on this side is this is the side that's, you know, it's got the funky little design in it. So if it's not good, the rest is going to not be good. Okay. Let's do one last coat, and then let's pull up the tape and see what we got. I'm doing the spiral pattern. Let's see what we got. And again, worst case scenario, we have to sand everything and do some more coats. Oh yeah. That turned out much better than expected. Okay. Good, good. I don't know, I may end up taking a coat over this. We're gonna see once it's 100% dry if I need some more coats, because like I said, this poor wood has been without moisture for quite some time. Though I think probably a nice glossy finish might look like what I'm wanting to go with. It's a quick way to do a inlay look for your boxes that you don't have to sit there and cut tiny little pieces out and hack at it with a chisel for days to get the inlay look. But there was that nice quick project. You can see how everything has turned out. It was a real fun learning experience, hopefully for the both of us. But yeah, I'm definitely going to use that tape again. I'm going to do a Gundam model here in the near future. I doubt I show you the whole process of building it, but I may show you fit and finish, as they say. But yeah, that is a nice paint box. Thank you for watching.